PSA Collector.
What's going on, guys? It's Matt with PSAcollector.com, back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to crack a SGC, a BGS, and a PSA case, okay? So I've been getting a lot of questions on how to crack these cases, open them up, and get the card out so you can resubmit it for a second opinion, all right? Now, I don't suggest doing this more than once, guys. If you have a card and it just keeps coming back the same grade or a lower grade, I wouldn't resubmit, simply because you're just throwing money down the drain, all right? The card is not going to be in gem mint condition. You can't make it become in gem mint condition, and you're just making the population reports more inaccurate. So don't have the intentions of resubmitting cards more than once, over and over and over again. It's not a smart way to spend your money, and it's not good for the hobby, like I said, because it increases the population reports, and we need those to be as accurate as possible. So only submit if you guys feel strongly that the card was undergraded or something was overlooked, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how to crack these cases very easily and very safely. I haven't seen anybody else on YouTube doing it the way I do it, and in my opinion, it's the most safest and most efficient way to do it. All right, so without any further ado, and real quick, all you're gonna have to need are two tools, three actually. A pair of safety glasses, very important, you guys wearing safety glasses, a flathead screwdriver, and a pair of they're tile cutters. You put a piece of tile in here and you cut it and it cracks the tile in half. This is perfect for cracking these cases open, guys, these tile cutters, all right? So I'm gonna show you real quick how to crack these cases open and get the cards out inside. First things first, guys, safety first, all right? So put on sunglasses, safety glasses, eyeglasses, whatever you want to put on. Just protect your eyes, because there is a chance of this plastic coming back and shattering into your eyeball, okay? I've had pieces break off and go at like bullet speed, and you just don't want that to come at your face or your eyes, so wear your glasses, whatever it may be, just something to protect them, okay? They don't have to be safety glasses. They can be sunglasses, they can be eye glasses, just something, all right? All right, guys, let's start off with the SGC case. So and I'm gonna link to these below in the description if you guys want a quick link. Otherwise, just go to your Lowe's and ask for the tile cutters or tile snippers, whatever they're called. Tile crackers. They're for ceramic tile cutting, all right? So what you're gonna wanna do is just find the corner of the card, any corner, and simply apply pressure, and it's going to crack it nice and evenly. You don't have to put that much pressure on it. Just see that? Very little pressure, and then do the top, and then do the other corner. Just like that. Very simple, okay? And if you want to loosen it up even more, just loosen it up even more. Very simple, very safe, and very easy. And then, as you can see, the back is split. Also, this is split right here. This piece came off. So what you're gonna wanna do is take your flathead, pry it underneath, and now be gentle, guys. Don't, especially if this card's expensive. But this card, obviously, it's not gonna break the bank if it gets damaged. However, I get to damage a card this way. Just be very careful and take your time. So take your flathead, pry it underneath the cracked piece, and then just slowly lift up. Actually, it probably makes sense to put it flat on the surface. Slowly lift it up, and then the thing should start coming undone. Now, SGC is one of the most easiest, actually it is the easiest case to break. As you can see, it just peeled right off, okay? And there's the card. Now you're gonna wanna have your penny sleeves available, so you can quickly put that card in a penny sleeve. As you can see, no damage was done whatsoever. And there's your card, okay? And here is the thing. A lot of guys say it's rubber, but it's actually plastic. It's like a plastic material, but it's pretty cool. And then here's the label. It's like a sticker almost. So there's the Acuna SGC. And PSA, very easy as well. Pick a corner, crack the corner gently, crack the middle, crack the other corner, and then do a little minor cracks in the middle, the center, very gently. Don't go too far up. Try to stay as close to the edge as possible, okay? And if it doesn't want to crack anymore, just turn it over and look in the back and see if you can't pry up a piece that has cracked. Oops, or snap it in half, and if you can, you should be able to get the flathead screwdriver in there. Okay, if it's not being cooperative, just keep cracking it, cracking the top part. All right, and then eventually you'll open it up and you can get your flathead in there, just enough to pry the surface from the bottom, the top from the bottom. That's what you want to do. See that in there? Now you don't want to put your screwdriver down in the card, okay? You do not want to put the screwdriver down there. You want to keep it up here in the label area. You don't want to jab it that way, all right? So keep that in mind. Always stay in the label area and pry up. And then get it to the point to where eventually you can just use your hands. All right? Now it's difficult trying to record and do this at the same time. You guys are probably going to be having this laying flat. And then just pull it up. Something like that, okay? As you can see, now it's not, the card is not being damaged, okay? There's still no damage done to the card. Guys, cracking the cases is not a safe thing to do, okay? You are taking a risk to damaging the card. Just keep that in mind. There's no perfect way to do this other than submitting it to PSA and having them do it and paying that crossover fee or the regrading fee. Like if you can have it, send it back to PSA for a second opinion, okay? However, if you don't want to do that, you want to send a card in fresh and get fresh eyes on it, this is the best way to do it. This is what a lot of guys in the hobby do. They don't like doing the crossover grades or resubmitting for a second opinion, okay? They like to crack the cases themselves, send it back in to PSA, and get a second opinion on it, a fresh second opinion, okay? So just keep that in mind. This is a risky way to do it, but for me, it works. It has worked out very well so far. I have yet to damage a card. And then as you see, the top just pulls right up. Eventually, once you break one or two cases, you guys will get pretty good at it, and there's the card, okay? PSA 7. I'm not really too concerned about resubmitting that because it's off center, obviously. The corner's dinged down here. There's just all kinds of things going wrong with this card. That's why I chose to break this case, all right? Now, I didn't submit that. I bought it offline. So you guys saw the SGC and PSA cases are fairly easy to break. BGS cases sometimes can be a little more tricky because they're so thick, all right? But the same technique, guys, just crack the corner. You might have to put a little bit more pressure on these. Two hands. Center. And just kind of work your way around the top until you get a nice hairline crack going down the card. There we go. There's a big hairline. There's a hairline crack. See that? That's what you want to see. You want to see these cracks going all the way down. That way you can, when you go to lift it up, it pulls off nice and easily. Okay, so let's turn, there's a crack. So after you see that crack, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put these down and pick up my flathead and see if I can't wiggle it in there and get it between the top and bottom surfaces. See it right there at the top? I can kind of get it in there. Then you can see it's separating. Guys, be very careful not to be pushing down, okay? You want to be pushing at an angle. You don't want to be pushing down because you will take your flathead and it will is literally jab right down into the card. So always push at an angle, guys, and don't put too much pressure. Don't only put a little tiny bit pressure on this flathead, okay? And just wiggle it in there. Just wiggle it very slowly, and a little tiny pressure is all you need. Okay? And then just turn it up. Turn the flathead counterclockwise or clockwise, either way, and it should start lifting the case up. Okay? Turn it. Get the label out of there. Wiggle it in. Turn it this way. Just enough to where you can pull it apart by your hands. And once you get a good leverage on it, pull it right off. Okay. And as you can see, the Beckett, but they actually put it in a sleeve, which is really going to help you in the long run, because that really saves it when if your screwdriver ever does slip. That protective coating is going to catch it, okay? But however, you don't want to make that your safety net. Just always make sure not to be pointing down, and use very little pressure when you're trying to gouge the flathead in there, okay? Just wiggle it in there and then start turning it. And it should be able to pop this case right off the top of it, okay? Now to get this out of the sleeve, all you have to do is take a pair of scissors and just cut the top very gently. Very gently, and it essentially works as a penny sleeve. Cut the corners. Make sure it's all the way disconnected or unattached, and slide the card right out. And there you go. That's how you crack open the cases, SGC, PSA, and BGS. Now, like I said, guys, safety first, and always go slow, okay? You don't want to take that flathead screwdriver and slide it through and damage the card, okay? You don't want to do that. This is a very risky process. Practice on other cards first before you break the case of the card that you want to submit, the valuable, expensive card, all right? So go online. You can pick up a bunch of these PSA cases, BGS cases for dirt cheap, the low grade stuff for like practically free on a lot of them if you look hard enough, and buy those and practice, guys. Use those to practice, and eventually you'll get comfortable with it. So buy the cheap ones up, practice on those first, and then go to the expensive cards that you want to resubmit, okay? And keep this in mind, guys. You don't want to do this constantly. Like I said, it increases the population reports with false numbers, and we don't want that. We want those to be as accurate as possible, and it's a waste of money if you keep resubmitting it, okay? So resubmit once, and only if you feel like the card was strongly misgraded, all right? Let me know in the comments below how you guys break your cases, or if you have any questions, all right? I want to thank y'all for watching. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. I'll see y'all in the next one, all right?